Jack, is he staying?
I hope so, yeah.
On the outside.
She's family. Well, and I'm not. That's the truth, isn't it?
Trying to break in.
I don't need you here to look after my little girl.
What do you need me for then, Suzanne?
Jack of Hearts. Tonight at 9:30 on BBC One.
Just don't hurt her.
A summary of the BBC News now on BBC One with Denise Mahoney.
Good afternoon. Millions of people throughout Britain and Europe have witnessed the total eclipse of the sun. Hundreds of thousands of people gathered in the west of England to witness the spectacle, but their view was obscured by bad weather. Christine Stewart reports.
The eclipse began just before 10 a.m. and millions watched as the sun gradually disappeared. It was captured on BBC One's live coverage.
Isn't this absolutely wonderful? Now you're convinced this is what people come for.
It's extraordinary out here.
From the Hercules,
as darkness fell, there was a stillness and coolness in the air. Even the cloud cover didn't disappoint those who've waited decades to witness it.
The drop in the light level was quite amazing, more than I'd ever known before, and the rise at the end, when the trajectory ended, was equally marked. But it was a strange, weird experience, one that I'm, in a way, glad we're being through, but very sorry we didn't see what was quite clearly a magnificent solar corona.
The whole event was followed and monitored by BBC cameras on board an RAF Hercules above the cloud, offering many the best view. But the experience of being there will be the memory that lasts for the hundreds of thousands of extra visitors to the southwest. The total eclipse might have been short as the sun soon started emerging again, but the celebrations are not over as the parties and festivities to mark this extraordinary experience are expected to continue well into the night.
Police in Los Angeles are continuing their hunt for a man who fired shots at a Jewish community centre. 5 people, including 3 young boys, were injured. President Clinton has condemned the shooting, which is the most recent in a series of gun-related incidents in the United States.
It was every parent's nightmare, a gunman apparently running amok with their children in the firing line. Anxious mothers and fathers rushed to the scene. The police soon came across a red and silver van, apparently abandoned by the fleeing gunman near the local airport. Inside were smoke grenades, thousands of rounds of ammunition, body armor, including flak jackets, first aid kits, and water. It's thought the gunman abandoned the vehicle after carjacking a passing motorist and making off in her green Toyota car. That vehicle was later found outside a motel.
5 British men are missing in Nigeria after a series of kidnappings over the past few days. They've been working in the southern Delta region, which has been the scene of tribal conflict since June. It's thought some of the missing men are oil workers and at least 2 work for a Nigerian transport firm. That's it. The next news is at 1 o'clock.
Now the headlines in the southeast. Almost 100 suspected illegal immigrants, including children and a baby, have been found wandering along a road in Kent. Police were called to Cliff near Rochester at 4:30 this morning. The families, who are thought to be Kosovans, have been taken to Rainham Police Station. The Crown Prosecution Service is expected to come in for severe criticism today for its handling of a number of deaths in police custody. The report by a High Court judge follows the acquittal last month of 3 Metropolitan Police officers who were accused of manslaughter after the death of a prisoner, Richard O'Brien. The Metropolitan Police has halved the number of people that officers stop and search since the Stephen Lawrence inquiry, but an independent report found blacks are still nearly 5 times more likely to be targeted than whites. The researchers say a new stop and search policy in parts of London has led to a larger proportion of those stopped actually being arrested. More prison officers from Wormwood Scrubs are appearing in court today. Yesterday, 10 officers were told by West London magistrates that they would stand trial in Crown Court on charge of assaulting inmates. A total of 25 officers face charges over allegations of brutality. That's it. Now look at the weather with Sarah Wilmshurst.
Hello there, good morning. Well, it's certainly been very unsettled in northern and eastern parts of Europe, and here in Poland, 44 millimetres of rain fell overnight, and in the same time period there was nearly 2 inches of rain here in Brest. And you can see on the satellite picture that there's a good deal of cloud around across many central and northeastern parts of Europe. Now, this is the line of the total eclipse. Yes, it's over in the British Isles, but it hasn't occurred yet in Eastern Europe, and there's hardly a cloud to be seen east of Bucharest, so we should get a good view of it here. Now, it's all down to an area of high pressure, but this low pressure system is still bringing showers and thunderstorms into eastern and central parts. Now, this is the weather system that brought the rain to the southwest of England this morning, and that's going to move off into France over the next 24 hours, whilst high pressure maintains the dry and settled conditions down through the Mediterranean. Back home, we do have a lot of cloud around, although there are some breaks in that cloud, and we'll continue to see a little sunshine in places through the afternoon, but the west will be cloudier and there'll be some showery bursts of rain at times. Top temperature 16 in the north, 19 or 20 in the south. Bye-bye.
Dear Ted and Audrey, hotel fantastic, weather fabulous but surrounded by Germans.
From Camber Sands to the Caribbean.
I would never want to go on a sightseeing holiday. I would rather die.
From Turkey to Tuscany.
You've got experiences that you're able to talk about, which I think makes you a more interesting person.
There are as many holidays to be had as there are grains of sand on a beach.
Sheer luxury, isn't it?
Seeking Pleasure, tonight at 9:30 on BBC Two.
Cooking over the coals now on BBC One, and Ainsley's in South Africa.